been decided just yet. Oh? You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Yes, normal.
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
Yeah.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
I sent you I sent you an invite to the stream.
The opposite direction?
I literally clicked the send invitation. What is the witchcraft? I'm streaming on my YouTube. My YouTube is I'll just type in Animathomas, you'll find it. It's you'll find it. And then I've got a good old 1987 to signify. Yep. You found me. Hell yeah. Alright. Oh, what was it? It might be E. Yeah, E. Oh, it was replaced, yes. Now I remember. Where's the L? We just need to wait for the big L. There it is. Yeah. E. D.
Now I understand.
Westman again.
That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
I wonder.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique? Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. And maybe the whole idea is wrong.
I got it! Two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Whoa, crazy
Yes,
concept.
from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right?
Normal boy.
After
Big
all,
normal
the
boy
one we saw
Makoto.
at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Oh, now I know what you're saying. Causing a commotion, because they have... Hell yeah.
Hold on. So,
Yeah,
you're
Mondo.
saying that Junko we first met?
Mondo, what? Yeah.
It's actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
Yeah. He was still keeping his honor
A normal
all the way through to
conversation
his
with her.
execution.
When we first met, None of us knew who anyone else was. It was Junko,
Munch.
and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Munch.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
Munch.
But if she really did use
Munch.
foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand,
Munch.
I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed
Just
that
get as close
glaring
and close
hole
to the
when we were
mic.
trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
Whoa. Who would have thought a killing game would have to be planned
If
out?
that's true, it was quite an
Crazy.
elaborate plan to be sure. Making it look...
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
Munch.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
It was... interview?
I got it!
Yeah, interview
While I
them
was in
for...
the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Munch. Yo, it was turned off? Nah. Little bit boy Monokuma just had to pull the plug before the DVD could show the real Junko. Munch.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
The group photos. Ah, but first we're gonna do our fucking rhythm game. Munch.
What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?
There's a whole lot of instructions on by the first class trial.
That's impossible!
But gotta get all of them back. Keep combat. There we go.
That's impossible!
Group 4, there is.
This should prove it.
Because what you have to do is to refill the bullets
The
to
video
shoot
wasn't the only thing you
statements.
tried to cover
You have
up.
to press square
You did
on
the
the little
same
dots
thing with this group
to target.
Uh-oh.
You've been cornered, Monokuma.
I noticed it just a little while ago. When we were all comparing the photos we've got. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity. An unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Munchie. Nom nom nom. Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
I know, my Wi-Fi's amazing.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Whoa. Because
With all
of the
that in
memories
mind,
being stolen.
there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed
Just rub it in
that
his
the
face.
Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove
Time for
everything
the closing argument.
right now.
But you do be vibing and munching. Alright, we'll just go for it. Further up here. Wow, wow, wow. Basically, this is a comic of like the entire murder case that you have to put together to make sure that you know everything that's happened in the case. Pretty sure this was here. This was here. Probably. That was okay. So that was always there. That's from chapter 2. It's from chapter 3. It's from chapter 1. Yeah, that's using all the ones that.
Here's exactly
okay.
what happened. we met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place, and that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusawa. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima.
Oh, goodness.
Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab. Using the tarp to carry her to the garden, she fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, proving to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
Yeah, right.
The real Junko and Oshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you
not.
plan to keep hiding?
Danganronpa 2 made that clear as much.
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Yeah, trivia, that's about it.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
I mean, she just, all she does is she just is despair. So that's
Swear
kind of the
your
reason.
fealty to us. We will reward you with half of the
She
entire
basically
world.
just classifies herself as just despair. Like it keeps going on about the fact that it's not even like a way of life for her or an instinct. It's literally just what defines her as Junko and Oshima. That's like the kind of running thing that goes through all the games on the anime. Yeah. See you soon.
We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, and some of our home cooking.
Nah.
Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Nah.
Did you think
Stop.
I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play. Anyway, Looks like I've finally been set free, having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory, or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Understatement.
Face! Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
I got it! That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing the magazine cover.
Yo, yeah. Crazy.
And you were on it.
It's not like it was a big part of the beginning of the game. Introducing the characters.
You have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista.
Definitely not.
Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins!
I know. It's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Anashima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, a.k.a. the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself! But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumbass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family.
Huge.
Leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way.
Useless?
Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously ranked, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
And there it is, and that's what happened.
Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
Everyone's.
Can't can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal, just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Hello.
Don't talk like that. You sacrificed your own sister.
Sister? That's what got you so hot under the collar?
Yep, pretty much.
Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. No, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited.
Nice.
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair.
A lot of super.
It just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister, too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died
not much of a way to go.
excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Yeah, he just browses Reddit and gets money from his parents. That's all he gets.
Don't you mean
Fucking the Akuya.
that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow. You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away.
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer. So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start floating.
Damn straight. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then we'll have our victory.
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
Just huge Hangman's Gambit vibes.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
I'm sure it's going to be very interesting when you start playing it.
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Human relations. Oh. Human connection.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill, but still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question!
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
It was... the past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
I'm just making commentary on the game.
Yay!
Yeah.
Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was...
Very underwhelming commentary.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Greed.
Got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Betrayal.
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact,
There are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killing...
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What's this about?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
You're getting closer and closer.
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing.
Seeing is believing.
I'd like for you to see the outside world.
The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
What was that? I heard that. Kind of hot now, though. Yes, the outside world.
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
What am I looking at?
You can.
from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
Nah. That's why I'm there. That's why I'm there. Me and Harvey as well.
That world was locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Bye, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember. Ain't a fucking excuse no more. Because now it's time for the final class trial. Come on, bitches. Remember or die. What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember when it comes to that crazy, confusing video I don't understand a damn thing.
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
What are you sure?
You're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering? Nobody can remember anything.
No, it's wrong. Actually, she might remember.
Trial cases, there it is. You're same.
Who might remember?
I just watched the thing. Oh.
The other two.
Right.
Genocide Jack. The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate,
Huge.
then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Coco?
Are
You getting there?
telling me to swap places with her? No, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Da-da-da-da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Yeah, it wasn't a very streamable game. It was more on the case of it'd be a good let's play sort of thing on YouTube.
She just gave in like it was nothing.
Just like most story horror games.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered
You
immediately.
will get views. It is. That'll be interesting. True. And there's no just chatting to game them.
Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Discover. Oh yeah. No, I'm pretty sure you mentioned it, but I think you might have actually said something else. Because I know you were saying that because it was when like you completely got cut out on my end when I went onto a different game and it just killed the party. Yes.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Why?
Nice to meet you too.
Fair
That's
enough.
enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
Let's get horrified.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Ah, right. Is that your only reason?
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. Quiet. Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Ooh. Ooh. We love that. Yeah.
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
Tragedy?
The tragedy? Alright. This must be a privilege then if it's on your eyes only. Alright, let's have a look.
Maybe I can help you remember. With a kiss.
Yeah. Yes. That's fucking amazing.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Nice.
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening.
Yeah. I think I'm dyeing mine next. I think I'm dyeing mine probably next week. I'm going blue. I'm starting with blue and then I'm gonna go through. Like I've got a whole list on. I'm gonna have a look at it. Yeah. It's fucking amazing.
Come on, you'll get that in.
Most tragic event in human history.
That was absolutely amazing.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Yeah. Who? Alright. Fair enough. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.